On this video, I've got to do some more work on my trailer. I put a new deck on it, new lights, and just fixed a valve stem on this tire here. But while I had it jacked up to put some bolts under, I noticed this rim here was a little loose. It's not bad. There it is. I'm getting just enough, it's just detectable, so the bearing's probably a little bit loosened up. It probably has 15 or 20,000 miles on these bearings. Been to Miami and Orlando and around several times, so they're due. And it does have trailer brakes, so that makes a difference on how soon they need to be adjusted. But anyway, so I thought I'd just turn the camera on while I'm doing this randomness. Bearing buddies are the only way to go. They'll, without them, I think you're just risking a lot. There we go. Everything looks good. I've been using Valvoline Cobalt Blue glue grease. Pretty good product. Works really well in the bearings. It has a good texture that stays in the bearings real well. But we recently purchased a Bobcat skid steer. It's a little small, old used one. But anyway, for that I wanted to use a better high pressure grease, so I switched to the Shell EP, I think it's called, or SP something, but anyway, it's a molybdenum disulfide based grease, which I know is a little bit better quality. So I'll be changing these bearings over to that grease. I figure it's just about 6 of one, half a dozen the other on this, but that's the grease I've been keeping now that we have the skid steer. When you do these, you'll hear this noise. That's the brakes rubbing. That's normal. You can feel there's no grinding. I don't hear any like ticking or anything like that. So it should just be a matter of this just needing to tighten this castle nut up a little bit. You don't want them too loose, but the one thing you don't want probably more than too loose is too tight. Too tight will not get you to your destination. In this case, castle nuts, I'm going to have to go to the next full tooth. I don't really have a choice on that. And yes, I'm using channel locks. We'll see if I finish with channel locks, but I'm going to see how tight it is. Oh, that's not very tight at all. Yeah, that was definitely the bearings had worn a little bit. There it is. Okay, so that's one tooth. Let's see what it's like. Certainly not too tight. What I'm going to feel for on the outside is just ticking. I'm putting pressure, pushing and pulling at the same time, and I don't feel any slop in that at all. My dad used to have this rule of thumb. He would spin them hard, and he would want to see about 5 full rotations. And I certainly don't disagree with that theory at all, but I think this will be just fine. It doesn't need to be carried away tight. And the reason I'm not going to try to go another tooth, I do a lot of my trips are on highway. So when you're on the highway, the wheel bearings get just crazy hot. And when the tighter they are, the more heat will affect them. So for just just tight enough, you're a lot better off than trying to get every little bit of tension you can into them. That's smooth, that's quiet. Now let's spin it a little bit. Let's see if we can get some slack anywhere. I don't feel anything. I think we're good. I'll clean out some of this grease in the bearing buddy. I can see there's a little bit of metal in there, just normal. The grease looks great. That held up well. These are the stainless steel bearing buddies. I put these on every trailer I have immediately. They cost a few bucks, but they're worth their weight in gold. Alright, didn't have to be real clean. I'm just wanting to get the bulk of it out of there. We'll replenish this with the Shell SD molybdenum disulfide grease. There we go. Thanks for watching.